did we at least uh, did we come to a resolution with Rohan about the recordings?
Rowan is still cranky about the recordings. The recordings are still going to happen, just so anyone I don't want people to misunderstand. This room is being streamed live onto YouTube. And if we could stream it to every platform on the planet simultaneously, we would do that as well. So if you do not want to be streamed live, I would say leave now. And the cool thing is the creators of this app, they created a button called Leave Quietly. It's in the upper right. You go ahead and press that button if you do not want your voice to be streamed. So, yeah, we stream rooms here. Stream rooms.
Recording is amazing because then you can hold people accountable for the claims they make, and then there's proof later on, and you don't have to take people's word for it. Just saying. I'm a bit of a salty girl today.
What made you salty? Talk about it.
No, I'd be in violation of a rule, so no. I'm just salty.
No, I'm giving you permission to just kind of mention it real quick. Maybe we could, send some positive mojo vibrations your way, and maybe you'll feel better about it.
Well, if anybody has the Chillism recording from Tuesday, I won a debate against Jacobus, and I said your points are so bad, somebody with a learning disability disproved you. Nathan then spun that around to say that I somehow was telling Jacobus that, trying to make him feel bad because he beat somebody with a learning disability. I don't know how he got that out of that sentiment, but yeah, I'm a little salty, and if anybody has that recording, I would appreciate it, because I want to own him, and I want proof, and I want him to hear the words, and then I want him to admit he was wrong.
I wouldn't set a goal of proving anything to people in chillism. I think that's probably not the best goal. I think we could set better goals. In fact, I would argue that the more people in chillism that disagree with you or argue with you, that's a better sign that you're on the right track.
Oh no, me and Nathan had a screaming match this morning. And he called me a dumbass, and then I told him to shut his dumbass up, and yeah, it became a whole thing. Yeah.
You are aware that he knows that he's painting this narrative that's opposite of what really happened, and he's doing that on purpose.
Right? Yep, and he's aware of that as well, and that's why I want the recording, so you can hold his feet to the fire and prove how big of a liar he is. Simple.
Is anyone in here familiar with Robert's Rules of Order? Anyone? Yeah. So in Robert's Rules, you can propose to suspend the rules, and then we bring it to a vote. And then if we vote to suspend the rules, we can do that. And so when it comes to any of the rules that we have, there's some that would be non-negotiable and not up for changing, like the threats of violence or the doxing. But when it comes to the mentioning things from other rooms, I think some of them hurt. Like even an exclusion for non-English speakers could make sense if we're like, let's say, quoting something from a foreign movie or something of that nature. But I think that we should use Robert's Rules, allowing people to request for a suspension of the rules.
Hey.
Good morning, Dina. Good morning, sweet Ashley.
One of the hottest elections is going to take place in March. A real showdown brewing between Darren LaHood and John Kitover. And once John is ready to speak, what we'll do is we'll maybe put up a link where people can donate. They say that some elections matter more than others. I would say this is the most important election of our lifetime.
Oh, good suggestion. Can we get LaHood in the room?
Well, here's what I would highly recommend is when we talk about these things and we're streaming it live, get a link of the YouTube live, because I doubt he's going to download this app, but send it over to his campaign. I'm sure you can reach out to, or he's got an operative right here. You can reach out to, if you look in the goo, you can see where it says Darren LaHood, U.S. Congress. Just go ahead and click on that person's profile and send them a back channel message with a link to the YouTube video, and maybe he can get it in the hands of the greater LaHood team. And we welcome discussion, a debate. We will platform LaHood simply because we want to be fair and balanced in here. And while the creators of this house are unapologetically in support of John Kitover, we also believe in democracy, and so we want to hear from Darren LaHood. So if we can get Darren LaHood here, he would have a place here. Absolutely. I might even give him a mod bench.
I actually think he's not impressive at all, and he just looks old and washed up, like old business. I think we should. I think at this point, if I were to vote in general, saying I was in the district, I'd vote for John just because he's hotter. Mentally and physically.
So Bima, I'm glad you're bringing up the aesthetics because it's important in these elections. Has that drawn you? Have your begonias moved you to supporting with the cash donation to the campaign?
Yeah, I am a DeFi advocate, and so I like to. I remove my productive ability from institutions which I do not support or align with my moral beliefs. However, if I were to support John Kitover, which I'm getting there, I would definitely be happy to send over some decentralized cryptocurrencies, peer-to-peer transaction money without any interference from a third party, nor which can be interfered with. What is it when? Oh wait, not obfuscated. What is it when you take something from somebody? What is that word? Well, anyway, the point is it's immutable. Wrong timing, Big Red. Wrong timing. It's 12 o'clock.
Give that chicken some scratches. Want some scratches?
But yeah, immutable DeFi, crypto, John. I can help you set up your own DeFi wallet. Oh my gosh, do you hear this? Big Red. He's excited, I guess, for John. Is this an endorsement? Oh, there we go.
Is that your cock? That's your cock.
Yes.
He's
Your cock is active this morning.
beautiful.
Yes.
They're always active in the morning.
Oh. Sorry, Scarlett. No, not obtain, Cindy. It's not obfuscate. I can't say it.
Obfuscate.
No, what is it? That's probably not a thing, but it's the word when you take something from somebody, and it starts with an O. not obstruct. Jeez. I agree, Cindy. Any points? Yeah. Any suggestions? Cindy's very passionate about my existence on the app, and I'm very flattered. Well, nobody's talking. He's so rude. Do you know what I found today? So I was going and I was checking out my little garden, found a beautiful little cucumber, and I'm passing the morning. God, he doesn't want me to talk either. He apparently thinks that silence is better than me speaking too. That's really mean. Big Red. But I was walking past the morning glories, and I like delusion a little bit. I think I have, I engage in fantasy and like my own little sci-fi world. So I pretend like I'm a fairy, and so I like pick this beautiful flower, this morning glory, and I like stick it behind my ear, and I'm just like, skirting through my little property, get up on the deck, and I'm looking at this flower, and I see it looks like there's like a piece of dirt on like the outside of the petal. So I try to like flick it off, and it started to move. And I'm like, wait a second, that definitely is not. That's a piece of dirt, and it's moving. Well, I took my iPhone. By the way, if you ever need to like really look at something, magnify the iPhone 16s. I mean, I don't know what yours is, but I have an iPhone 16. I'm proud of that because it was my second iPhone ever. And anyway, I magnify and I see legs on this thing. And then I'm like, what the heck? But there's no structure. It's weird. And then just legs. And then it fanned out the tail. Look at my PTR. I ended up looking this thing up. It's called, I'm explaining what I found, Dr. Adams. Calm down. I found what's called a golden tortoise beetle, and I found it in the larvae stage on the morning glory. And apparently it uses, this is a little intense, trigger warning, it uses its feces to create like this shield, so it looks like nothing, and so predators don't get it. And then it like covers itself like an umbrella with the shield of feces to protect itself. And anyway, but this is the cool thing. Go look up the stages of the golden tortoise beetle, and you're going to see a crazy golden beetle. I've not seen them yet in person, but I can't wait. I'm hoping there's more of them over there.
That's good. You have the coolest stories on stuff. I swear to God. I learned so much.
Bima, what are you growing in your garden? I do a little gardening too, so I'm just curious. You grow what, mostly flowers, herbs, fruits, and vegetables?
Yes, all the things. Right now, I only have tomatoes, cucumbers, green beans, pumpkin, garlic, corn. That's it for that.
Only.
Right? I love how you said only. Girl, that sounds nice. Pumpkins too? Nice. Peppers, very nice.
And I'm also starting to do edible landscaping. If anyone has any recommendations, like, echinacea, yarrow, all things, burdock root, things that I can use, please send me these recommendations.
Where do you buy your seeds from, if you don't mind me asking? Is there a website you can recommend?
I do have a website, but I also... I am under the movement known as the food justice movement, and he has his own seed bank, which I'm talking, these are heirloom and organic. Heirloom meaning these seeds have not been changed in any way, and sometimes for hundreds or even thousands of years. So they're very expensive seeds, very, very expensive seeds. And he has this seed bank. And that's usually where I source my chef Jaffe Kabuli is where I get my seeds. And if Mojo and the team would like, we could probably get Chef Kabui to come on in and give a little lecture, one of his lectures. If you check out my bio, and you guys could ask him questions and engage yourself. But if you check out my bio, there's a website there. Right now, he's doing a tour. He just spoke at the UN conference. He was invited to the UN food conference, food summit. He spoke there, honorary guest. And he's on Foodies Without Borders right now, a tour. And you can check out their website too.
Rima, can you drop a link for people interested, and maybe even talk about the replay that I got to visit you on that you did talking about food justice?
Oh yeah, I ended up deleting that because that was
Rima. Okay, all right. Okay, just rip my heart out and step on it. That's all right.
Sorry.
Well, Scarlett, I just wanted to point out some inconsistencies in the moderation today. BMO has been violating rule number 4 for quite some time now, and there's been no scorn. I'm just wondering why that is.
I was pumping gas and getting a soft drink from the gas station, and my phone was in the car.
Wait, you pump your own gas?
It would be really delicate of me not to be able to pump my own gas.
Roger hasn't proposed yet tonight.
That could be original. That could be a geographical thing. I know there's some parts of the country where even men are not allowed to pump their own gas, which I think is kind of strange, but...
Yeah, in Oregon, they pump the gas for you, but...
Isn't that strange?
But Scarlett, I just want to say this. If given the opportunity, I would love to pump your gas.
Roger.
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry, Monica. Roger, you need to propose marriage first.
To pump gas? Like, what are you talking about, Chris?
You are very well capable of taking care of Monica, and now it's time for you to propose. We're done with this whole romantic flirtation thing.
There is no romance. There is no flirtation. Just mutual respect among the moderation team of the Mojo Positive Vibration Experience.
Let's start for a marriage.
Well, sometimes it may sound like it's something more than that, and I can understand how people get confused, but don't confuse my respect and admiration with anything more. She's a lady, should be treated as such.
Can they normalize men pumping gas? Because I think that's the greatest thing that has been lost in this society, is women having to pump their own gas.
100%.
I never have to pump my own gas, honey.
You must be in Jersey.
No, I'm in California. My husband pumps my gas.
I only get out of it when
I heard Don has a superior gas.
I only pump my own gas.
It could be a pride thing. Some people stop at the first pump, but some people know that you could fit a little more gas in there if you so
Scarlett, let me just say
you got to twist it and shake it a little bit.
Scarlett, let me say this. I would not stop at one pump.
Darling, am I to be mistaken, or was that an innuendo?
Not for me. I don't do those things.
No, we were talking about pumping gas. For those of you that have your minds in the gutter, you guys need to. That's a you problem.
I'm gonna go take a cold bath. Sorry.
Mojo gets around, apparently.
Some people wake up with a full tank every morning.
Oh,
Damn. And others with an empty tank.
And some people just have dreams. Bima, do you know how to keep Bill alive? Because mine always dies.
Did you say bills?
Bill, as in D as in Delta. Dill as in
Oh, dill. No, I don't have any experience with that.
Okay.
I wish I did, but chef very well will.
Scarlett, do you have a large tank?
What is the average tank?
I don't know. I just know that some tanks are a little smaller and it requires less to fill them up. And then others have larger tanks and it requires more to fill them up.
Like I'm a Highlander, so
Can I please direct everyone to my PTR to check out the larvae stage of the golden tortoise beetle? And you can see the umbrella, that umbrella of crap, he curls it over himself like an umbrella. Isn't that crazy? It's fanned out right now. I waited for him to open up, but isn't that crazy? That's so cool.
where in the world are you located?
I'm on the East Coast, baby.
Yeah, north, I'm guessing?
That's right.
Okay. I'm in the south, and that's probably why I can't get Bill to stay alive. It's too damn hot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. It's
Umbrella of crap could be a clubhouse motto. I'm more interested and intrigued because I heard that one of your, it sounds like the rooster, but maybe a chicken, is called Dr. Adams. Are there other names for the other ones that come from Clubhouse?
No, I definitely have not named any of my chickens Dr. Adams. It was Big Red McGraw. But
I'm mistaken. I thought you were talking directly to Chicken Dr. Adams.
So you have a big red cock in your backyard.
Oh yes, it's actually a big red black cock. Because he's a black copper Moran. You know what they say. If anyone wants to exchange eggs, I would like to, put this forth as an Agora type-esque opportunity. If anyone wants to exchange chicken eggs, I'd be happy to do that. Hey, it's Italian Rick. What's going on, Rick? What are you doing?
Oh, God.
Hey, what's up?
What's up with you? Bada bing, bada boom.
Everything's fine today. It's Ferragosto, and it's a holiday. Nobody's working, not even the hospitals.
How did this happen? Why are we here? What's going on?
What's the matter? Why are you complaining? Explain.
Am I complaining?
No, not you. We got a mojo up there that's complaining because we're welcoming the Rick.
I'm so sorry. Mojo, oh my God. I've been waiting all day to talk to you. I have missed you so much. Stroke, stroke, stroke. Happy thing. He's incredible at
What's happening?
everything. And
What's going on here?
quiet. And he's all right all the time. Oh. Well, no, he's not all the time right. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that better? Does that make you feel better?
So confused.
Well, that's okay. That means things are doing well in your room.
Okay.
The president Mojo is a lovely person. I like him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mojo's a what person? You're kind of breaking.
It's a lovely person. I like him a lot.
He's growing on. Excited yet, but he is growing on me.
On you or in you?
Who?
Currently on me, because that has yet to be dealt.
Yeah, somebody told Kristen yesterday how to use her voice isolation, and her voice isolation sucks.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'll take it off.
like how we woke up to a really chill room, and then others woke up and joined the room, and it was less chill, and now we're back to chill. There's like this up and down vibe that we have here. Do you like the old up and down? Dippity?
I do like the up and down.
Dippity, is this any better?
So much better.
All right, cool. So back to flirting with Mojo because he needs some today, and it is Friday, and so he needs more. Oh my God, that scarf is amazing. Where did you get it? I want to touch it.
Man, I don't do compliments well.
Well, practice.
I would like to bring attention to the 31 votes for the poll that we have above. Brought us to a grand total of 103%. So, way to go. You guys are overachieving in these polls.
I like being part of the gay ones. Anybody else gay? It's a good weekend. I'm happy today.
Yes, me too.
Roger, do you think you should burn me, pal? Or what?
I definitely think Mojo can burn in hell.
I agree.
The guy's a dick.
He's very hard on himself.
He should be hard on you, too.
Pause.
I mean, that's cool. That sounds interesting.
Huh?
I mean, you kind of have a competitor. I may be visiting Bima in her backyard.
You gonna visit her backyard?
Yeah, she's got a big black cock back there.
Thought it was red.
I think it's multi-colored.
Yes, see, she knows. She pays attention.
Kristen,
Yeah.
Kristen, you're a racist.
Why is that, darling?
Because you see color.
Oh, okay. What color are you, dear?
I think I exist outside of this construct of colors. It's more like a vibration.
So you're mixed. You're biracial. Okay. I kind of consider myself more peachish pink on that kind of color scale, but people usually categorize me into white.
Nye, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fabulous. I'm just sitting here thinking about if I'm going to go see Weapons tonight or tomorrow. Has anybody on the stage seen Weapons yet?
Ooh, no, but I'm dying to.
Yeah. And apparently they're thinking about making a sequel, so that's pretty exciting.
And they came out with a new, what's the horror movie that starts with an I? They came out with a new one also. Anyway, go ahead, Nye. So, what's Weapons about, Nye?
It's about these kids in this town. They all go missing. No one can quite figure out why they went missing. I guess it has some sort of twisty ending. Josh Brolin is in it, and he's super delicious, so that's one reason to go. So, yeah, I've read mixed reviews. Some people say the plot kind of falls off midway, and there's some plot holes, but the trailer is intriguing. The premise is intriguing, so that's enough to get me to go in and reach my own conclusion. Plus, I'm just a horror fan, so I'll support almost any horror movie.
Yay!
I love horror movies too.
I like reading about them.
Did you say horror or horror movies?
Both. I like horror movies too.
I was wondering if somebody was going to comment, but I'm glad you did, Mojo. Your mind is exactly where it needs to be.
On Monica?
Absolutely.
So will you guys come visit me in Italy or not?
Absolutely not. No way.
Where you at in Italy?
Modena. Modena is next to Bologna, is where they make Ferraris and Lamborghinis.
I drove both of them yesterday.
How far away is that from Ravenna?
From where?
Ravenna.
Oh, so close. So close.
Really?
Of course. Yeah.
I woke up in a new Bugatti.
I want to go to Italy and live there if it's where they grow the bergamot. That's where I'll be.
Oh, take me with you.
So are you going to be in Calabria?
Yes, that's exactly where I'll be.
Just take me with you.
And we have the most powerful mafia in the world in Calabria.
Did you say
Yeah,
mafia?
just fine.
I was thinking NY.
If he said mafia, that was random. Jesus Christ.
And I would have to push back, Rick. I'm pretty sure the U.S. is the largest mafia in the world.
Yeah, I mean, unofficial. I think the U.S. is pretty official as a mafia.
Is that why it's relatively peaceful where you are?
Nah, it's not that peaceful.
There are opposing opinions about mafias. Some say that if there's mafias that exist, it keeps the actual law enforcement in check. And then some people say that it's corrupted. So everybody has an opinion about it.
You know, I really liked the mafia style films and TV shows. I'm late to Peaky Blinders. I guess they were kind of a mafia of some sort. So I just started watching that. But I don't know. I'm very intrigued by real life mafia culture.
What do you want to know?
No. She wants to know nothing. She knows nothing.
You're right. I want to know nothing. You're right. I don't want to incriminate.
I think it's gay compared to Ndrangheta or Cosa Nostra.
Wait.
We want to know how to can tomatoes. That's what we want to know.
Okay.
No, I want to know who are the mafia leaders in your part of it? I really want to know. I want to read more about these individuals.
There are so many families in the south. You can check on Google. You can write Ndrangheta boss. Ndrangheta is the name of the mafia. It's the most powerful mafia in the world. You can write down this and check on Google and say Ndrangheta boss Calabria.
Wait,
I can put it there.
Please put it in the chat, please.
That's where I'll be.
Oh, by the way, random, another TV show, Alien Earth, just dropped this week on Hulu, and it's supposed to be dynamic. I haven't seen it yet, but it's getting rave reviews. I'm really excited to start diving into that. If anybody likes Alien, it's part of the Alien franchise.
Like Aliens and Ancient Alien thing, or
no, like Sigourney Weaver, the Alien movies.
Oh shit! No, thank you. I'll read about it though. It's awesome. I'm just curious because it triggered when somebody said "Take Me With You." It triggered the Prince song, and then it kind of, because you guys are a little feisty today and hilarious, it triggered a little, like, for me when I heard that song by Prince. It was kind of like my sexual awakening, and I was like, okay, what's happening? And I'm just kind of curious. Anybody else? What was your song that you're like, oh no, what's going on? I'm no longer a kid.
Pop That Pussy by 2 Live Crew.
Oh my God, are you serious? Ah!
That's when the innocence was lost.
That was a rough awakening, man.
Prince, his estate, has shelved the documentary. So there was a documentary made by Prince. The filmmaker has done some interviews this year about, his frustration with getting the documentary released, because apparently in the documentary, several of Prince's colleagues and fellow artists and friends and family members spoke about how abusive he was towards women. Apparently Prince had a dark side. He beat up women. And we don't know if this is true or not, but those who were closest to him apparently in the documentary spilled the tea, and the state was like, nope, we're not going to ruin this man's legacy by putting that out there. So they have shelved the documentary, and the filmmaker has been fighting to get it released. So I don't know. I would be interested in knowing the ugly side of Prince. He's human. I'm not saying that abusing women is I'm not advocating or supporting that in any way, but to learn that this man had a dark side when he presented himself as this petite, musical fairy, I find quite intriguing.
Well, his father was abusive, right, to his mother. So
yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was very nice to his wife. It's kind of creepy how young she was, and I would say grooming tactics were used. I don't know. Yeah. And then I also understood from a lot of accounts that he was very controlling in her diet, and I don't know if he was physically abusive, but it was not pleasant to listen to.
Rick, thanks for that link, Rick.
So my nephew is my nephew's uncle on the other side is dating Apollonia. So we'll have to ask Apollonia. We'll ask her.
Yeah, she was certainly a hottie back in the day. I don't know what she looks like now. I imagine she still is a hottie, but she certainly was a hottie in her heyday.
She's beautiful. She's still so pretty, yeah.
Yeah, she's had many pricks sticking out of her. She's had stuck in her. She looked like a porcupine.
Oh,
Are you virgin shaming?
Nope. Quite the opposite. But I'm only allowed to talk like this when there's certain somebody's not.
okay. I have an off-topic question.
Yes.
I'm taking my daughter on a trip. We want to go out of the country for her graduation. Where's a safe place for two women to travel over in Europe? We were going to do Italy, which is why I brought it up. But I don't know. I heard a bunch of people the other day say that we shouldn't go to Italy. Where can we go where we can feel safe?
It depends on the city.
Go to Italy. Go to Italy.
Which city do you want to go?
Well, we were going to do like 10 to 14 days out there, so we were going to try and use the train to see as much of Italy as we could.
You like the train?
I like the train.
I think you're completely fine. I think you can take there's a train called Alta Velocità, which is a high-speed train, one of the fastest in Europe that we have, and I think it would be pretty comfortable traveling with that. Yeah, it's very fast. It connects, for example, Milan to Napoli. You can see many, many cities in 15 days, definitely.
But
Why do you want to go to Europe? There's so many places that you can go here. Like you can build a trip around, visiting like a Howard Johnson or a Grey Wolf Lodge. Dine at places like the Waffle House.
We do that all the time, though. We have 480 Waffle Houses in our state. There's one on every street corner. But because I want to take her out of the country.
I recently ate at a Waffle House in Idaho, and it was an interesting experience. I think the meal that I had about 4,000 calories. It's a different kind of environment.
That sounds lovely.
I was disappointed though. I've always heard about fights at the Waffle House. There was no fights.
Nothing to be there at 2:00 in the morning.
It was quite late. I was in was I in Tempe or it was in Phoenix when I went to a Waffle House late at night. It was after a wrestling match. Actually, yeah, it was on a Monday night in Phoenix, or just outside of Phoenix, heading to Peoria. Yeah, but the one in Idaho was actually kind of nice. I haven't seen one in my state. Not a single one. David, where's there a Waffle House around here?
I don't think we have them. It's hard to find a Denny's anymore. We're stuck with, some really sad IHOPs.
And they shut down all the Sherry's. The Sherry's pies were good.
Yeah, fresh pie.
I love a good fresh pie.
And twofers.
I would get a slice of pie and a cup of coffee. And there's something about the bitterness of plain black coffee contrasted with a sugary pie.
Do you ever get like a freshly roasted cup? Like they just roasted the beans and like made that coffee right after they roasted the beans?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Amazing. Anybody, if you've not had that experience, definitely have that experience.
This poll is tightening up here. Very interesting.
I bet.
Bima, you haven't responded yet to the poll. Bima.
I'm withholding some of my judgments because I am in a state of neutrality for now. Because if you asked me like a week ago, I would have definitely reviewed and put my answer. But at this point, I'm thinking I'm gonna hold it. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Just be gay like me. It's fine.
Speaking of coffee, you know what else is really good with coffee? And this is something that I learned about, like these cottage laws, right? So when I went to Texas, I'm from the East Coast. Texas, whole different experience. I had like legitimate culture shock, okay, in the best way. It was just, I love the state of Texas. And so because, I'm a lowly, poor, impoverished, I didn't graduate high school. I have no education, barely read. I do I was doing food deliveries. Would you know that I got my first order? Well, it was the first order among a bunch of orders that brought me to like this person's house for pickup. Normally you pick up at a restaurant, but I'm like, wait a second. I'm going, is this right? Like I get there, like this is a person's home. Fresh baked pies, and they have cottage laws where you can sell pies, which I mean, this is obviously right down, I love this. And I gotta tell you, this person was popping. But I'm talking homemade, amazing pies. Oh my God.
We have a woman in our city that makes her own pies at her house, and she has a vending machine in the front yard. And you can buy that pie fresh out of the vending machine.
That's amazing.
My mother makes pies, homemade, everything, and they are so good. My favorite is peach. She just made us a peach pie. It was deep dish. It was so good. But I don't need a vending machine. I'll just say, Mother, I need a peach pie, and there she is. I'm so lucky.
Now you guys are making me want to go get the stuff to make a pie.
I've never made my own pie. I cook. That's my thing. She's a baker. I'm the cook. You know.
Bakers are different.
I like to bake.
Baking is great.
It's the first cooking I learned. The closest Waffle House is in the southwest to us.
I have one pretty close to me, at least if it didn't shut down.
What would you say your favorite pie is? If you could right now snap your fingers, have a slice, what would it be?
Strawberries are like
Mixed berry.
If it magically didn't have pumpkin, I love pumpkin pie. I know, basic white girl, but I love pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin's good.
I like key lime pie a lot.
Oh,
It has
yeah.
to have a graham cracker crust.
Is this good? Oh, so good.
Is cheesecake its own thing, or would you consider it a pie?
No, a cheesecake is a cake.
It's a cake.
I want cheesecake so bad right now.
Good New York cheesecake, dense.
You guys are making it very hard to stick to a diet. I've been very strict lately.
Okay, let's talk about a fruit now. If you were to snap your fingers, okay, and have the most ripe, freshest fruit in your hands. Oh, yes.
Watermelon for sure.
A white peach or a white nectarine. I love them.
Oh.
Cherries.
Pineapple.
Mmm.
I do like pineapples.
Have you guys ever had otai?
No, what is that?
I don't want to deviate from the subject. I'm just curious because if I don't ask now, I'll forget because Friday, ADHD brain, and more coffee. Does anybody know of a device that you can put on your car door so that it doesn't leave a dent into somebody else's car when you open it in the parking fucking lot?
Is this a parking spot you
Yeah.
never die in a garage?
Yeah, I park every day in the garage, and it's pretty good, but the rest of the Atlanta parking lots just suck. Engineered badly.
Making the spaces smaller too, but there's everything from boat bumpers to just Google it. There's a million products you can buy.
Yeah, I know, but I can also do my own shopping, but that's why I'm asking for your personal opinion. If anybody has a
I just choose a better parking place. That's why I asked if it was a garage.
yeah, I can't do that, David, but
I'm a piece of shit. Everybody knows that already. But when I was younger, I was even a worse piece of shit. And I had bought this car, and I was so obsessed with this car. And I hated when people would park next to me. So I took a corner parking spot, and I would park at an angle. I was that horrible individual because I was so tired of people disrespecting my space. And I never got any dents. I got a lot of shit for it, but never got any dents.
I'm in a classy joint, so I can't do nothing nefarious.
Hey, good morning, everybody. This is John. So we had one respondent from Craigslist. I told him $15 an hour, which is not a lot. A lot of people want $15 a signature, but we'll see what we can organize and convince him to work as you know, experience with this matters. When I ran for committee person, I met a professional signature gatherer who for 20 years has been getting judges on the bench, and he charges 15 to 35 a signature. But we are live, and we're live on X. We're live on Clubhouse. Welcome to the Mojo Experience, a super positive vibration.
And we're live. John, have you ever read Shambhala?
No.
I love you, Miss Owen.
What is done?
Oh, I'm reading it right now. I got it out of the archive.com, or I think it's like archive.org, so it's free. Anybody can check it out if you want. And it's really, really good so far. It's very interesting. It talks about how to be a warrior, like a spiritual warrior. Spiritual warrior.
Oh.
I feel like this campaign needs more strength. So I just want to quickly read something about strength if everybody can concur or agree that they want to hear something about strength.
John, I just want to let you know you're a joke to me.
Oh, that's okay. As long as, you realize that it takes a comedian to know a comedian. So what does that make you?
I will be a perfect politician.
Rick, are you ready to give $10 to the campaign to elect John Kitover today? Because your valuable input and money is needed.
Sure, of course.
Well, thanks, Rick. I hope together we can change the world and make it a more peaceful place for everyone, with no terrorism, no hate speech, and absolutely no trolling on the internet.
John, how can you even think that you can scam an Italian? That's our job. God damn it. How can you think that?
So, Ms. Lopez, this is just the very first, like the introductory. So the index, so you could get an idea. Let's see. The index has how to be a warrior, creating an enlightened society, discovering basic goodness, the genuine heart of sadness, fear and fearlessness, synchronizing mind and body, the dawn of the great eastern sun. So you get the idea. And so the very first little intro paragraph is: the Shambhala teachings are found on the premise that there is basic human wisdom that can help solve the world's problems. This wisdom does not belong to any one culture or religion, nor does it come only from the West or the East. Rather, it is a tradition of human warriorship that has existed in many cultures, many times throughout history. So exciting.
Ooh.
Well, if there's no objections to hearing a little bit about strength, or do you want to hear about the lovers?
I hear about the lovers.
Okay. Be careful what you ask for, or I should say ask for.
No, you were right the first time. Go ahead.
This is called Zion. Z, value 7, means sword or weapon, suggesting the antithesis of Vav, the nail, because a sword cleaves, cuts, divides, and separates. Diversity, contrast, antithesis, distinction, and therefore discrimination are some of the related ideas. Discrimination implies nice perception, acuteness, sharpness, like a sword's edge, sagacity, and so on. Smelling is the sense attributed to Zion in the Book of Formation. The sense of smell has always been associated with keen perception and sagacity. An old Kabbalistic maxim says, properties are discerned by the nose. Our everyday speech has a number of phrases like smell out to suggest approach to truth. East above, the direction assigned to Zion is the line bounding the eastern side of the top of the cube of space and joining the top face above Mercury to the eastern face East Venus. This line, moreover, joins the top of the vertical line northeast Emperor to the top of the vertical line southeast Hierophant. The combination of east and above suggests the working together of the subconscious power of creative imagination and the self-conscious power of acute discrimination. Gemini, the twins, is the zodiacal sign attributed to Zion. The name of this sign suggests duality, division, and other ideas related to the meaning of the letter. It is difficult to tell twins apart, and to do so requires nice discrimination. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, key one the magician, sometimes personified in Egyptian mythology as the jackal-headed Anubis, representing discernment and sagacity because the jackal's keen smell of smell. Gemini governs the lungs, collarbones, shoulders, arms, and hands, all in pairs. Gemini people are said to be given to inquiry, investigation, and experimentation. They often engage in mental pursuits. In our color scale, Gemini is represented by orange. The corresponding musical tone is D natural. Gemini is a common sign of the airy triplicity. Disposing intelligence is the mode of consciousness assigned to the letter Zion. To dispose is literally to place apart, to arrange, to distribute, to apportion, to divide. Thus, analysis implied by the meanings of the letter name sword, classification, organization, preparation, and adjustment are all related to this mode of consciousness. This it is which shows itself in our disposition, and one's disposition can be modified by right discrimination. Okay, there's more, but there's always more. But I want to thank you all for being here. This is how to make friends and influence people on Clown House. The best way to win friends and influence people is to treat people the way that you want to be treated. Hopefully with kindness, love, compassion, friendliness.
And threats of bodily harm.
Perhaps, but I think that a lot of people who don't want to listen to the playback or replay, maybe they're ashamed and they know it, but they just can't show it. But I say, don't bring drama into new rooms. Let that old drama simmer in old rooms, because the now is all important. And I think that every day is like Groundhog Day, and you are reincarnated in a way. And if you're intelligent, you're not reincarnated into yesterday. You are reincarnated into the now. And in the now is a great silence of peace. And anyone who breaks that silence of peace is guilty of violating the power and the beauty of the now. So if you're in the now, you are in the muff.
How did you know I was a Gemini? Jackal-headed Anubis?
John, did you hear or did you see the thing I tweeted to Darren the Hood?
No, let me check. If everybody is not on X, now is the time. This campaign has to move very quickly, and today could be a quick day for the campaign. But every day is so important that your participation here in Clubhouse, your active participation, I know everybody wants to stir the pot and have the drama, but real social media activity on this campaign can have and will lasting effect on any and all future political aspirations. But gathering these signatures is a big to do, and it's a lot of work because it's real. And I don't know if anyone here has ever gathered signatures, but to get someone to even put their name, their address, and sign is very difficult. Most people literally scribble And when you go to the challenges, you realize very quickly how horrible people's mark is and their signature. And therefore, it's a time-consuming task to actually capture a valid signature that doesn't get rejected by a challenge. So there's a huge time component to getting these signatures. And the people who gather the signatures, if they're unprofessional, and generally they are because they're being paid very little, they don't give a shit what you fill out. And so that's part of the training piece in getting individuals motivated, that their direct work and focus there can help this campaign get on the primary. So those are my thoughts. And Bima, I didn't know you were a Gemini.
Yeah, you taught me my color is orange and D, what was it? D natural for my music.
Oh my God. Roger's aura is orange today. That is crazy.
What is it usually?
I don't know usually. I just see orange today.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, that's great. If everybody could go to Mojo X Experience right now, and you can go to his replies tab. I'm not sure why it doesn't show up in the posts tab. You may want to post something to the actual profile as opposed to just a reply, Mojo, and then maybe even do a Grok query. Say, hey, ask Grok, say, hey, Grok, why should I vote for candidate Congressman John Kitover versus rhino vaccinologist gun grabber LaHood, something like that. And that type of content with Grok gets a lot of views. And if everybody in the room has an X account, you could retweet it and tag or,
Can you put the link up there for the Mojo Experience?
Sure. Mojo, do you want to pin your X account to the top of the room? Dr. Adams, we really need your positive vibrations at this moment, right now, and in the future. But now is most important. And Dr. Adams, we want you, and we need you, and we love you. But that's okay, Dr. Adams. By playing the opposition when the opposition won't even talk to me, you're still one of the best solutions to this quagmire, which is how do we get press and how do we get signatures? So, Dr. Adams, even though I'm roasting you, I want you to know it's true. We actually do love you, and we actually do need you. So this is what Thomas Massey is going through. 4 hours ago, he posted that next 3 billionaires posing as MAGA Kentucky just released a poll to claim their smear campaign against me is eroding my job approval rating. The pollster is notoriously inaccurate, but this helps them advance a false narrative. Will you help fight back? secure.thomasmassey.com/donate. And an image of MAGA Kentucky's advertising campaign has turned Thomas Massey's polling numbers upside down, leaving him exposed and extremely vulnerable in a Republican primary election for Congress, the poll stated. So see how negative publicity, negative press, you can turn it around upside down and use it in your media to generate contributions? Well, I may be trying to do the same thing here on Clown House. For example, Abby, well, actually, we can't talk about former rooms. That would take us out of the now. So let's just learn how to make friends and influence people here on Clown House right now.
I tried to add, I didn't hear Roger respond to you asking him to pin his ex profile. I just tried to add it. It's not appearing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if y'all can click on that link above, nor can I even remove it because I don't think it's going to take you to the page, but I tried to pin it.
Yeah, it takes you to his X account.
It does.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
You can also post to your own X account if anyone here has an X account. You can just write, hey, Grok, why should the voters in the 16th District of Illinois vote for candidate Congressman John Kitover versus $20 trillion debt creator Darren LaHood? It's little things like that, can cause a little sting and stir the pot. But that's what we need, and that's the help we need. Even though you don't live in the 16th District. It's not fake news. This is patriotic activity here on Clown House. Trying to pay off the debt, reduce the deficit. What is Kitover's stance on big bags? Let's find some common ground here. Yeah, Dr. Adams, do we have any common ground on that comment?
Adam says, wow. What did he say? What's your stance on big bags? Adam, I effing love you. You are so damn funny. Oh my God. That is, John, what is your stance on big bags? Inquiring mind.
Well, there are big backs everywhere. I walked through the park last night and there was a big back just laying on the grass, like, with the head up off the ground and just looking at like some little kids walking by. And I was like, that is a beached whale at the park. How did that beached whale? But it wasn't a woman, FYI. This was a man and he was huge. It was impressive to just see the head lifting off the ground, but the body kind of lying on the side, It was, he was huge. And there's homeless people at the park. They live at the park. I can't believe the police let them, just set up tent. But, I think that everyone needs to go to the gym, get some sunshine, have and eat less. I think eating less is one of the bigger components because I find myself personally when I, pack on the pounds, it's because I'm eating a lot, having huge meals or eating all day long. I mean, fasting, and intermittent fasting and eating less is more. And they say that in these monkey experiments that they can prolong monkey lives like 60%, 80% by doing a caloric restriction diet. So overeating, I think, is the poison, the primary poison. So basically, you want to eat, very healthy foods as little as possible, and maximize your eating efforts. So that's how I would address the big back crisis in America and in the world today.
And I misspoke. Clarification, it wasn't Adams. I just assumed that was Adams. I went into the chat. It was Mike who said that? Not Adams. Yeah, Mike. So sorry, Adams. I just assumed because Adams is the only one who talks about big backs. But it's Mike. Okay, no problem. Still funny.
And Ro, it's good to see you back in the room. And I just want to remind you of the house rules about not bringing in prior drama from other rooms. So in that way of being in the now, all of my recordings are actually compressed in the now, but exterior on YouTube, if that makes any sense, or Instagram.
Ro might be sleeping, huh? Isn't it like right where he is, perhaps?
Yeah, he's asleep.
Oh, I didn't see him in the room earlier. So Bima, I would consider you the anarchist liberal contingent of this campaign to elect candidate Congressman John Kitover. You are far out on the spectrum. I'm just wondering, you couldn't offer solid explanations on many of your, neo-anarchian positions. So I'm just wondering, like, what would your priorities be, if your government was to take root?
Well, first of all, I reject anarchist liberal. Okay, no. Okay, it's a voluntarist, which is very different, and that is the free exchange and voluntary association of like minds coming together without the use of coercion or violent back force. And the answer to your question is, everybody knows I'm not the smartest person in the world. I do know that I don't like, you said, how to win friends and influence people. How do I like to be treated? I like to consent, like explicitly, to things outside of my private property. And I like to be able to exchange peacefully. I'm a peaceful human being. I've never harmed another peaceful person in my life. So, with that being said, that's what I leave. That's what this particular government would be. It would be leaving it up to a bunch of other amazing individuals who are much smarter than me to bring like minds together and build competing institutions to be able to innovate and really expand and really tap into the creativity that's been harnessed, forgotten, exploited, destroyed through the public education system, the Prussian-led and influenced public education system, stripping us and creating these little sheep boxed in perfectly to become just meat machines for the meat grinder. So yeah, somebody that's smart, passion for